Stacy Huff alongside Dwayne Everett bringing you the call for this game here on the final day of the Chick-fil-A Classic. This game matches up Wheeler at 5-2, Richland Northeast at 7-1 on the ball early in the season. Can we talk a little bit about these two teams?
Today is going to be Elijah Staley, of course, and you can expect to see a lot of transition. You can expect to see a lot of second chance baskets because every shot will be challenged. This should be an exciting ball game for a consolation prize. Both of these teams were championship caliber type teams.
No doubt about it. They're both using this tournament to get ready for strong regions. They play in Richland Northeast, the host school of the Chick-fil-A Classic for these 11 years. And here's the starting lineups right now. A Wheeler at point guard, Austin Smoke. Right there, 22.
Daniel Gibbs. And a wing, number 14, a junior, Elijah Staley. Head coach, Doug Lipscomb.
Doug Lipscomb is the head coach of Wheeler. You just saw his starting lineup. 5 state championships under his belt. National Coach of the Year twice in 06 and 12. Runs one of the premier programs in Georgia. 496 and 106 career record. Man is coaching McDonald's All-American game. He's coaching the Jordan Brand Classic All-Star game. Quite a resume. Richland Northeast lineup's been done right now.
And a forward, number 13, 6'4", senior, Kendall Benjamin. And a guard, number 22, Devontae Anderson, he can 6'3", he's the senior. And Mark Clemens, number 33, a forward.
Coach Jason Powell right there in your orange sweater. Head coach in his 10th season. He's just a premier coach in this area, and he's a guy you can find in the state playoffs just about every season. Have a good look at him right there. And again, the host team of the Chick-fil-A Classic, they played it every year and have actually made it to the championship round a couple times in his tenure here.
And, you know, Jason is definitely seasoned. He actually was an assistant coach under Gary Bowman here for a number of years, the tournament director here. He actually succeeded Gary and actually has approximately 17 years of coaching experience overall. And he's been a part of this program ever since he got into the high school rank.
This jump ball is going to be one of the biggest you'll see in a high school basketball game. It'll be 6'10", Daniel Giddens going against a high leaper and Elijah Staley, the 6'7" junior. It's a sophomore and a junior. Actually, Staley jumps instead of Giddens, and they're not even going to contest it. They're going to send a 6'3" player out there and not even jump. Aaron Scott didn't even try that one. They just set up a defense, Dwayne.
Yeah, and you mentioned Giddens. Giddens is quite the sophomore and will be a kid that will do a lot of things today when concentration goes to Staley.
Moving the ball around the horn now, left-hand jumper. Staley, no good, and Giddens battles for the rebound. Loose ball picked up by Wheeler. Wildcats in black with white trim. Cavaliers in white jerseys with orange and purple trim as well, orange and blue trim as well. Daniel Giddens starts the game off with a basket, point-blank range, Dwayne.
Yeah, and entry pass goes from a very good shooter, by the way, of Avery Patterson. Quite the shooter, but he does also play the point very well. He makes really good decisions with the basketball, as we saw with that entry pass to the sophomore.
No doubt about it. They're going to set the offense from the side over here, and Kieran Cook's going to inbound it there. Northeast is a team that likes to play a patient-type style normally. They do shoot a good bit of threes, which is something they hadn't done in years past. They're launching a lot of threes this season, and Wheeler wants to play a little bit more intense pressure-type basketball. Block shot inside by Staley. And a putback. Way to stick to it that time. Number 13, Kendall Benjamin for Northeast.
There you'll see, because there'll be a lot of challenge shots. So you'll see a lot of second chance baskets, as I talked about earlier, because they go after the ball with two players, oftentimes leaving that backside open for opportunities for Richland Northeast.
Three-pointer by Smoke. No good. Giddens gets the rebound. Up and in. Soft touch for the 6'10", 6'9", 6'10" sophomore. Where's number 4 there on your screen? Daniel Giddens.
And on this side, the second chance will come because of the length, obviously. But there's two reasons why this game will be dominated by second chances, both because of the style of each team is going to display today.
Devontae Anderson long with a 3. Rebound, pitch ahead to Avery Patterson. He's going to throw a cross-court pass to Steed. Steed rises and fires right there. High off the back rim. No good. Rebound by Avery Patterson and a little right-hand reverse layup. Avery Patterson's a left-handed player. Nice dexterity to use that right hand, Dwayne, and get that up on the glass.
And good presence of mind with his footwork and his recognition of where he was on the floor, being inside under the bigs like that. I really like that kind of heads-up play. I love Patterson's game.
The zone being played by, a 2-3 zone played by Wheeler, the Wildcats, out of Marietta, Georgia. Mark Phillips has the ball, swings it around to Karan Cook. They're matching up a little bit out of the zone, Dwayne. Aaron Scott, deep three, no good. Rebound by Staley. They're looking to run. Oh, what a catch by Giddens. Couldn't get it to go down, but great athletic ability and a good body control by the 6'9" player.
Yeah, you have to be impressed with him. Body control is something that you'll be impressed with both he and Elijah Staley throughout the ball game.
A little stuck ball right there, and now it's stuck on the back of the
flange.
Twice. I don't know how. Go to a lot of basketball games before you see that happen back to back.
Yeah, in my 39 years of basketball, I'm not certain I have.
Interesting stuff. They're looking at a good camera angle right there. And then Richie down there on the camera. Great production crew we work with here with Play On Sports. Entry pass there to number 13, Kendall Benjamin. Couldn't get it to go down, but it was a nice flash. Wide open shot inside the paint. Great play run that time by Northeast. Just didn't get the basket. Back comes Wheeler. Inside to Giddens. Smoke. Staley's going to try the baseline. Point blank range, missed it. Rebound off to Aaron Scott now. He's looking to push. Pitch ahead now to Karan Cook. Over to Devontae Anderson. Devontae Anderson plays like a point guard here. He was a forward on the team last season and now has moved back to the backcourt. Handles the ball very well.
Yes, he does. Very versatile player. It's Coach Powell has definitely a jewel in him because of the ways he can use him to create mismatches.
Short attempt that time by Mark Phillips. Ball was defensed by Staley, I believe it was. Came flying out at him, and ball went out of bounds in the shuffle. Belongs to Wheeler. That baseline camera angle right there. It's a muscular young kid there, 15, Avery Patterson. He's a high-energy dude. He plays hard and goes fast at both ends of the court.
Has great elevation, too. Don't let the way he floats around fool you. You give him a chance, he will flush it on you, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, he can take that 6'2" frame up in the air with you.
As Giddens inside on the low block. Out to Staley. Left-handed three, no good. Monte Anderson with a little one-hand rebound there. He's looking to push. Over to Cook. Around the horn now. Both coaching staffs yelling out instructions. A lot of coaching going on here. High pass to Aaron Scott. Phillips being double teamed in the corner. Anderson's going to try this three. On line, just a little too strong. Rebound by Staley. Here comes Steed now on the push. Smoke. The man we just spoke about, Patterson.
You know, when you come to these classics, you come to them to get your team tournament ready early in the season, get them ready for the conference, but it lets you work on knowing what you have to do to get better. And as the season goes along, you see so many teams that participate in these do much better than a lot of other teams that don't take the time and effort.
Look at the speed by Smoke that time. Austin Smoke on a breakaway layup with a reverse right hand that time. Great wheels by that young man. Look, he's breathing a little hard right now. This pace has been frenetic. 8-2 is your score. Wheeler up by 6 over Northeast. Aaron Scott goes strong baseline move, got a hand on it. I think Steed got a hand on that ball, and off the Wheeler. Patterson with a baseline drive. Pitches out. Steed for three. Rolls that one in. Big three shot, and I'll tell you what, 11-2. Yeah, I thought it might be time for a timeout for Powell. He gets one.
Yeah, I think Coach Powell is just trying to settle his team down now. At this juncture, they're getting some good looks, but I think they're just a little excited right now in regards to finishing. But the offense is working against this matchup, and the little trapping matchup that they're using. It's just not finishing.
Let's take a look at that last push by Smoke that time. He goes hard, power dribble with the left hand, and great dexterity that time. The right hand got the ball under the arm of Devontae Anderson. Had he gone with his left hand there, which is technically the right thing to do, I think he might have gotten it blocked. Devontae Anderson waiting on the left hand, so he goes under him with the right hand, and that's just jets. Young kids out there, you got to use both hands. You got to be able to go fast with both hands. And Smoke is one of those point guards that can handle it equally well with the right and the left.
You know, and that's really the key anytime, especially in the backcourt. You know, you develop all players to use both hands, but when you're in the backcourt, and obviously when you're not a big, you got to have that dexterity. You've got to be able to use both hands in this game to really be effective. And these kids throughout this tournament have shown me some tremendous talent in fundamentals throughout the course of this tournament.
No doubt about it. Back comes Northeast now with the 9:45 mark. Cook with a three, rattles that one around, man. That's a great marksmanship that time. We had some nice shooting early in the ball game.
And it's great ball movement coming out of a timeout to actually move the ball, do the things coach just drafted for you, and, of course, you see the results. Give you a little confidence to get back into this thing.
Yeah, foul call down low as Northeast came back on the attack. Foul was on Steed, and that's coach at, look at Doug Lipscomb, the Wheeler coach over there, laid back gentleman right now, but he gets intense. There's the intensity right there. I called it up. Yeah, man, quite a resume. 496 wins in his 21st season at Wheeler.
Man, he don't look like he's been coaching that long. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, man, holding up good. Stay out there running with the kids to keep you young, I guess.
Yeah.
Ball goes inside to Daniel Giddens now. Drop step over that right shoulder. That's why the college scouts are beating a path to Wheeler High School in Marietta, Georgia, because Daniel Giddens is only a 10th grader, folks.
It's going to be a tremendous recruiting war for this young man over the next couple of years.
No doubt about it. He can do it all, looks like. Great hands. I like his hands. A lot of new players in the ball game for Richland Northeast. One of them has the ball right now, number 3 with a floater. Rims out. That's Tamir Williams in the ball game. And Cook intercepts right here in front of us. Gets the ball off. This young man just entered the ball game and just had the other shot prior. Couldn't get either one to go down, but 2 good looks for Tamir Williams.
My kind of player comes off the bench ready to fire it up. I like that.
Always ready to shoot. Devontae Anderson with a deep 3, and that's string music.
There we go with the second chance baskets again. It's going to be really important for them to continue to go after the glass on the offensive side, because this defense attacks every shot, so it's going to leave some space for you to get offensive rebounds.
Staley with the left hand leaner inside. Staley is dangerous with that left hand around the basket. High volume score for Wheeler. Only a junior.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of traffic back and forth with coaches visiting Marietta, Georgia. You can bet that over the next 2 years.
No doubt about it. Nice looking jumper that time by Aaron Scott. Just couldn't get it to go down, but it was open from the elbow. Back comes Wheeler. Steed looking to push now. Diagonal pass over to Avery Patterson, and miscommunication. Patterson kept floating. And it looks like Wheeler team thinks that somebody from Northeast touched the ball. I thought so too, but like somebody from Northeast might have got a hand on it. And they're saying no. Richland Northeast basketball. Good look ahead by Steed. He thought he had Avery Patterson in the corner, which is his spot.
Yeah. And regardless of what happened, I like the poise of the kids, not to argue with the officials. Get back and do what you're supposed to do.
On to the next play.
That's right.
Breland Poe also in the game for Richland Northeast, number 21. He's a 5'10 sophomore guard. And there's Devontae Anderson. Daniel Giddens hit him on the hand on the follow-through.
Now, that's the no-no. Your big should not be getting a foul.
That far from the basket and on a jump shot. That's a double no-no.
Right. That's one that coach will talk about at halftime. That'll be, one of those things where he'll touch his temple and say, think, just think.
Guarantee it.
Yeah, he doesn't have to argue about it. He'll just make recognition of it. But they do challenge shots. But as long as you keep your hand up, don't come down. Sometimes you have a tendency to come down on the shorter players.
Yes.
And you catch that shooting hand and you get that soft foul.
Good look right there at Devontae Anderson. Good camera shot there from the baseline, and just good coverage. Got a couple good angles here and cover it all here at Play On Sports. Help bringing you the 11th annual Chick-fil-A Classic. This Richland Northeast team was 21-5 last season. Looking to use this tournament to trampoline themselves into another good regular season. Pass with Patterson on the baseline. Good look ahead that time. He's going to hit a cutting Smoke. Smoke with the floater, no good. Good strong two-hand rebound by number 30 there for Richland Northeast High School. Ryan Washington, a 6'1 junior. Breland Poe's going to launch three. Big rebound by Staley. Roger Staley on the push. Going left.
Yeah, if Staley's on the left side of the floor, you've got to recognize and kind of lock down.
To look at Coach Jason Powell right there in his 10th season at Richland Northeast High School. You know, that foul. Staley got hit on the arm that time. He's going to get 2 shots. 15-10 your score. 6:45 left in the first half. 2 16-minute halves as opposed to your traditional 4 8-minute quarters in high school. Tournament-style rules there. And Staley misses that first one. I've seen in this tournament, Dwayne, you've been here like me for the past 3-4 days. Missed free throws early in the ball game have come back to bite a lot of teams. Bite a lot of teams later on in ball games.
Yeah, we've brought recognition to free throw shooting and how it affects 5-point games or less. Those points become very important down the stretch. Also, the confidence to hit them late as well.
2-2-1 press employed now.
Yeah, a little bit of the old Bruin type press that was brought in by John Wooden.
The great.
Made it famous and utilized and modified by many a great coach since that time.
Avery Patterson, long three, no good, but a rebound by big Daniel Giddens. Threw the ball away to the backcourt, trying to get it out to Steed and just overshot him. 6:22 to play.
Well, he had the right idea on a kick out. The numbers weren't there inside. But just a little overthrow there. Miscommunication between guard and post.
Yep. Ball will be triggered in from baseline underneath that basket by Breland Poe. 5-second count. It'll be a turnover. Ball goes over to Wheeler. The Wildcats.
Yeah, got to have that mental clock in there. You got to count with them. We have a tendency sometimes as players not to do that, but you got to count when you get that ball in your hands.
Ball to Staley down the right side of the court. Out to Smoke. Smoke penetrates into the teeth of the defense with that teardrop, the little floater. We talked about that. Every point guard has to have it in his bag. Smoke does it quite well, and he's quick as a hiccup getting in that paint. Little zone being played now by Wheeler. On a 2-3 zone. Breland Poe drives, tries to get the ball inside there to Kendall Benjamin, but batted away. Back comes Avery Patterson. Over to Smoke for 3. Hard up the back of the rim there. Breland Poe quite active. I don't think he played last night in the ball game, but he's playing well tonight. Everything but, and then a follow. Followed by Kendall Benjamin. Good.
That was a great recognition that he wasn't being blocked, and without going over the top, he actually gets that ball right back over the rim. Great offensive stick back.
Hard foul that time. Clean foul, but hard foul. Take a look.
There it is.
Yeah, good jumper by Brian Washington.
Just a great job. He kind of gets caught underneath, as you see Giddens right there, and slid a little bit under. He was in the no man's land, and it was taken care of by Benjamin there.
His height couldn't help him. He got too close, and his height couldn't help him that time. Benjamin had a better angle to the ball and great hops.
Yeah, recognition. That's defensive rebounding is recognition as to where you are. You see on the sideline right now, he's being coached by assistant coach there. Showing him his positioning and what caused that last offensive rebound that we just showed on replay.
Exactly. A lot of, not to say pressure, but a lot of responsibility comes on the coaching staff when they have a player this sought after. You want to make sure he's ready for that. The next level is, guaranteed. You want to make sure he's as ready as possible. So a lot of, responsibility, accountability comes to that coaching staff to make sure they get him all the little things he needs to take him along the way. Pressure now, that 2-2-1 pressure. Bothering Richland Northeast. Out to Devontae Anderson, the de facto point guard on this team. And they drop back from that 2-2-1 pressure out back to looks like a 2-1-2 zone. Aaron Scott with a baseline jumper short. Staley with the rebound. Smoke looking to push now. Boy, into the teeth of the defense. Smoke fearless going into paint. Just put on his seat that time.
Yeah, a little out of control right there.
Yes.
That's one of those, the numbers weren't there. Swing it back out, reset your offense. You've got really some good players on your team. You don't have to really force those kind of situations.
Big rebound by Staley on the Cook miss. Patterson over. New player in the ball game for Wheeler. Just took that shot. That was Mekhi Eastman took that shot, number 23 in the ball game.
And he's inserted mostly for that, for spot up threes. And we've seen him knock down a few during the tournament.
Freshman guard, only a ninth grader.
Yep. But his job is pretty much to not turn the ball over, spell the guys at the starting backcourt, and knock down a three or two here.
Oh, nice. Off the inbounds play. Wheeler went to sleep, and Cook hit a cutting Kendall Benjamin for a nice layup. That's old school basketball right there. Just a nice cut.
Yes, it was.
Inside to Staley. Staley looks to do damage anytime he can get the ball inside the paint. He looks to punish the other team. And
you'll notice something about Staley in a lot of physical plays. He's had several I've watched. I've actually done several of his games. Shows a tremendous amount of sportsmanship. I've seen him pick up opposing players, not step across them. I've seen him even just a minute ago avoid falling on the player by catching himself above the player and then help the player up. I love guys who can compete and not mix the two, and lose sportsmanship. And I think that's a tremendous character that needs to be displayed with this kid.
Oh, the shot by Staley was hanging on the rim, and Giddens got a fingernail on it.
It was a really good call right there.
Yeah, it was a good call. But it was bang, bang, and that ball was still in the cylinder. They're going to wave that basket off.
Yeah, there was still leather in the cylinder.
Look right here.
You see it right there, just a little leather.
And it wasn't Giddens, it was Steve showing some nice leaping ability. Steve is the 6'3 junior, but got a hand in there too early, and no basket. Richard Northeastern crawled their way back into the game, down 5 and a 3 in the air. Splash. Aaron Scott. We have a 2-point ball game, Dwayne.
Yeah, we do. And I love our camera crew here. Jeez, they catch so many small things. I love this camera crew.
And good at football as well. They can catch a nice spiral in the air. Good jobs. Good jobs done out there. Tell you what, Daniel Giddens is showing a little muscle in there. He got that one up and in, and if you let him get the ball that close to the basket, like Northeast just did, you can pretty much change the scoreboard at that point. Aaron Scott, deep. He's going to take a deep three off the back of the rim. That's a heat check, Dwayne.
Oh, yeah.
That comes Wheeler. Freshman guard Eastman over to Avery Patterson now. Richard Northeast in the zone. Soft spot in the zone. Staley gets the ball in a good position. Couldn't get it in. Rebound Aaron Scott. Scott looking to push now.
Regardless of that miss, I love the entry pass, and I love that mid-range shot.
Cook now for 3. Over the top. The backboard there. That's going to be a turnover to the Wheeler Wildcats.
Yeah, I hope that Richland Northeast doesn't start to settle on the three-point shot. They've done some really good things inside the paint, moving the ball around, catching some open seams. I know they've hit a couple threes, but you don't want to turn this too quickly into a transition game for Wheeler, and that's what long rebounds can do. And you've got some finishers on this club. You want to keep this thing close.
Oh, beautiful shot that time by Elijah Staley. He's got a good stroke. That's from the elbow extended right there. Just to the side of the top of the key. Actually, Staley's got a nice touch from baseline and from all around the court. 6'7". He can play several positions for you.
Handles the ball well too in transition. He's got a lot of upside.
After Richard Northeast cut the lead to 2, it's been a 4-point spurt right quick here by Wheeler Wildcats. Entry pass to Kendall Benjamin. Nice over the shoulder pass. Mark Phillips has the ball, left hand.
That's what I'd like to see more of right now. Make this defense work. There's no shot clock, and be patient. You don't have to rush through.
Right here, over shoulder pass there to Shamar Fulks.
And there's the extra pass.
Yes, extra pass to Phillips. Phillips clears Giddens a little bit. Giddens got out of position right. They kind of floated a little bit to his left, didn't stand still. And Phillips took advantage of that little crack he gave him there.
Right, he was patient. He didn't force the ball up. He kept his eyes on the rim, knew where he was, and of course he waited for that right separation. That was really a good individual play after the team made the extra pass.
Offense being reset now by Smoke. Smoke, alley-oop. Tried to alley, but couldn't get the oop. And a little traveling going on there. Gonna have a little traveling music for Elijah Staley.
I know he thought he had set, but he forgot that he had already stepped out,
he reset.
Which created right, and then he tried to reset, which gave him the travel.
You get two pivot,
yep,
two twice in one play. That'd be dangerous if you could do that. Oh, Smoke aggressive once again, and a foul, a bailout foul. I'm not sure where Smoke was going, but he got bailed out at that time by number 30. Brian Washington hit him on the arm, and Austin Smoke gets 2 free throws.
16th down. Going to the line.
Well, these teams both challenge the shots, so there'll be a few bailouts, I'm sure. Nobody's going to get anything easy once you get below that foul line, I promise you.
Yeah, it's some great defenders on both teams, some length. You know, guys like Staley with the long arms and Vontae Anderson out on the perimeter. He plays the point in that zone defense a lot of times and on their pressure defense as well. So a lot of long arms out there to bother the perimeter players. Smoke gets the second one down. Missing the first. 5-point lead, 24-19. Wheeler. Wheeler's in black, which is northeastern white with orange and blue trim. We're at about the 1:30 mark of the first half. Vontae Anderson looking, he's double teamed. Folks. Shamir Folks hard off the back of the rim. Loose ball. Picked up by Steed up to Patterson now. Patterson with a cross court. A little dangerous pass there. Got to get Austin Smoke with the charge, Dwayne.
Yeah, just doing a little too much down there. It would have been nice after the skip. The shot wasn't there. They were already set. That's one of those you swing it back around and don't try and force it. The defense is all below the foul line. You have really nowhere to go. That's more of an isolation move when you have the defenders up. But everybody was down below the free throw line. That's not one that you want to practice too often. Good recognition there.
Good block shot inside the paint. I think it was Giddens, but forward up to Patterson. Avery Patterson trying to see if he can drive out to Smoke. Smoke resets the offense now. Monte Anderson comes out to bother him. Double team. Now he's trapped. Giddens corrals the ball. Man scramble for the ball. Just sloppy ball handling that time by Wheeler. Anderson with the alley-oop to Aaron Scott. Couldn't get it down. Put back. Brian Washington, no good, and then back comes Wheeler. Avery Patterson is a strong young man, strong through the chest and shoulders, and bullied his way to the basket that time.
You know, in transition right there, I would have rather seen a nice little bounce pass. They had the numbers. The alley-oop to the guard is not something that I really think you really want to practice. That's not one that I really was impressed with the play.
Low percentage.
I was impressed with the transition. I was impressed with the trap out of the high screen, and instead of hedging, they went right into a full trap. I really like that. That's an aggressive play, but I think the headsy play for you young kids watching this is to make that bounce pass. You make the alley-oops to the bigs right now, and your 40-inch leapers. The other guys that are just getting a hand over the rim, I'm not a proponent of that.
Yeah, it's just a low percentage pass. It's just too many bad things can happen. Scramble for the ball. Bodies on the floor. Ball to Wheeler. Staley with an up and under move and a little left-handed finger roll. 27-19 now. We're at 20 seconds to play in the half. Northeast looking to get a shot off. Being just absolutely harassed in the backcourt. Devontae Anderson with a deep three. The back of the rim, no good. Cook, pump fake, and he's gonna draw a foul. Cook got hit that time.
And it was a foul. Again, it's that whole coming down on the play that we talk about. You're big. Stay up, hands up, make him alter his shot. Don't have to follow the ball while it's still in his hands. That's a formula for an easy foul and a bailout. Chances of that shot going with probably less than 25%.
If fouls on Staley. Puts at the line, made the first one. So second one down, 6-point game, 6 seconds to play in the half.
Nice.
Wheeler trying to get one off here. Staley deep three, clings it at halftime. The Wheeler Wildcats from Marietta, Georgia, 27. The home team, the host team, the Richland Northeast Cavaliers right here in Columbia, South Carolina, 21. 6-point ball game. Wayne Evans here. I'm Stacey Huff. We'll be bringing you the second half on the Play On Sports Network after this break.
Basketball from one baseline or the free throw line at the other end of the court. If the ball stops on the lay-in on the line banner, the contestant wins $500. The lucky person's name will be drawn during the Classic 2 championship game tonight. All
right, folks, we're going to lose the stream here just for a moment to check some technical things here to make the broadcast even better for you. We're going to lose the stream for a few minutes. We'll be right back streaming this ball game and the rest of the Chick-fil-A tournament at about 3 minutes. Stand by.
South Carolina student ball. The Dick Smith Automotive Group has heard about that. This was Blue Shield building healthy community. The South Carolina Army National Guard. G7. Those are some of the sponsors of both basketball. Among the leading sponsors we have for the Chick-fil-A, continuing as they have for a long time, First Citizens Bank, our little golden farm. The National Bank of South Carolina, Northeast Trophies, the official award provider for the tournament. Holding Sporting Goods, the official basketball for the Chick-fil-A. Also, Environment and Science, Continental Health, Brewery's Law Firm. Those are some of the sponsors. We also remind you to please support the Greater Columbia Education Advancement Foundation's scholarship fundraiser. Over $100,000 has been awarded to educational scholarships for the past 9 years in this immediate area. Purchase fundraiser tickets for only $1 each for a chance to win great prizes, including free dinners and meals, holiday gift basket, free tickets to USC basketball games, 3 rounds of golf, autographed Chick-fil-A Classic basketball, gift certificate, and much more. Tickets are only $1 each and could be a good payoff for you. Here's something else coming up tonight. Fans Chick-fil-A is sponsoring a free throw shootout to give away a pair of Chick-fil-A gold tickets to see the number 14 ranked Tennessee Tigers play the number 8 ranked Tigers of FSU. That will be on New Year's Eve in Atlanta. And you can purchase, I think this is just $1. That's outside the agent area at the level to USS and your name drawn as one of the 2 participants. A free throw contest will occur during the halftime of the Classic 1 championship game. That'll be the final game of the tournament. That will be, of course, just a couple hours from now.
And welcome back for the second half of action between Wheeler, the Wildcats of Wheeler from Marietta, Georgia, and Richland Northeast Cavaliers right here in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm Stacy Huff alongside Dwayne Everett, taking you through the rest of this final day game between Wheeler and Northeast. 27-21 is your margin of victory, margin of score there. Northeast trails by 6, Dwayne, and we saw a couple of reasons on the stat sheet why that might be.
Well, you know, one of the big reasons is 3 for 13 from three-point range. I don't think you really want to take 13 first half three-point shots, you know, and then also overall it drags your percentage down even more, 7 for 31.
And yeah, you know, and again, Richland Northeast is a team that you know, traditionally likes to play a slower type pace. They like to value every possession. They're launching threes like I've never seen them before. And they have some better shooters, but just haven't been on the mark here thus far in the ball game. Sometimes you got to change up that strategy and take it back inside. And
giving up 18 points in the paint. And Richland Northeast has combated that, though, with having 11 second chance points. And I think that's kept it close.
Got to crash. Down on the baseline with that left hand. That's number 15 in black there for you for Wheeler. Very aggressive. Avery Patterson got the shot rejected out of bounds, and they'll throw it in from out of bounds off the smoke. Wheeler in black, white trim, white trim numbers. Richland Northeast white uniforms, orange and blue trim, and the 6'10 sophomore Giddens too strong with the point-blank range jump hook. Back comes Richland Northeast. Aaron Scott with a baseline jumper, high arcing shot, no good. Rebound to Avery Patterson. Smoke for 3, the hoop and the harm, and another no-no when it comes to defensive basketball, Dwayne.
I tell you, I've watched some college games earlier today before we came on today, and I watched several 4-point plays today on those runouts, and you've got to do it with control. You can't go after the player. You've got to go past the player, but you can't go towards his torso in the run-out. You've got to pick a side, and otherwise you get the result that you just saw here, 4-point play, and that can really turn a lead around against you.
Yeah, down by 10 now. It's a 10-point spread as we just begin the second half. Past a slamming, dunking Kendall Benjamin. He was running, cutting, hands up, Dwayne, and he finished it with a dunk.
Great press breaker right there. Great recognition by 5 players. 5 players touched that basketball in breaking that particular press.
Coach Powell has to be a happy coach seeing that.
Yes, he does.
Zone now for Richland Northeast, and in that zone, got to take care of the ball. Kendall Benjamin comes from the backside and pokes it out, and Northeast comes back on attack now. Aaron Scott in the corner, trying to get it inside. Staley did a good job cutting off the angles. The ball is now at Cook. Cook takes the contact, throws it up off the glass. The glass is your friend. It didn't go in, but he's going to earn 2 free throws. Take a look now at the last play. Nice left-hand bounce pass.
And there's the final.
Yes, Devontae Anderson made a nice feed that time and a dunk by number 13 there, Benjamin.
Everybody ran their lanes. That was really good. And then they turn around after the steal, and they come down and they play a nice little 3-man game and come out of the short corner with a pass back to the middle, ultimately leading to these free throws.
Yeah, they executed out of halftime. You know, well-coached teams always do well out of timeouts and out of the half, Dwayne. And, you know, Coach Powell did some X and O'ing in the locker room, and Northeast executes well coming out now, 31-25. Other than that bad foul on the 3-point shot, they played well thus far. I'm trying to see what defense they're in. Avery Patterson dribbling the ball, trying to see what they're attacking here, and
they're definitely in a man, but they're hedging because they're trying to read the offensive set, but they're definitely in a man.
They're jump trapping now. Northeast, and Staley attacks well. Went off the left foot, but flipped it up with the left hand.
You know, you'll find left-hand players do that often. Everything about that, you and I both being left-handed players, know that we have a tendency to go off the wrong foot and do a lot of things awkward through our playing years, and of course you saw it here.
Cameron Cook answers with a 3, Dwayne. 33-28, 5-point ball game. It's hard to put Richland Northeast High School away. You can ask the Keaton High School Raiders about that the other night on a very dramatic game. They couldn't quite put them away, and Northeast stole that ball game in overtime.
You know, this team is a smart team. They have a smart coach. He has a game plan, and he's a good in-game adjustment coach as well. And you'll see them do different things throughout the course of a ball game.
Oh, three-pointer. Trevin Steed from Wheeler takes the lead back up to 8 now, 36-28 with 13-10 to go in the ball game. Oh, splash. High arcing shot by Karan Cook.
It's a lot better three right there. You know, he was set. He didn't rush it. I really like the patience in passing and finding a wide open three-point shooter.
Back comes Devontae Anderson. Oh, he got a pass there. Mismatch inside. You had 6'4" Kendall Benjamin in there with a smaller Steed, and Steed grabbed him around the waist.
Great wraparound pass that you'll see right. Oh, here's the three that we have. There you see a wide open shooter, ready, square, pop.
Beautiful.
Great recognition right there.
Beautiful. Cook, when he gets his feet set, he's a pretty dangerous shooter.
And Devontae Anderson made a great wraparound pass just now into the opposite block. You know, we talk about it all the time, Stacy, about the game of basketball, you know, being about angles.
Yep.
And passing lanes are created because of great angles that you will recognize on the floor. And Anderson, having played the point guard, seems to do quite well passing from the post and becoming a point forward at any time during the course of the game.
He seems to understand the angles. Northeast now extending their defense out a little bit more and trapping. Everybody, if you pick up a dribble, you're getting trapped. Baseline drive that time by the 21 there for Wheeler. Oh, rainbow three from the lefty, Avery Patterson. Nice shot there. In the ball game for Wheeler now, number 21, Malik Catchings. As Wheeler goes to the bench first in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half of the ball game, you do have to find Patterson. Patterson shoots more threes in the second half. That's been his tendency. You know, as they go into game 3 here, I've had 2 of his games, and he starts and gets a rhythm. He starts to shoot later. They're going to have to recognize where he is on the floor.
Oh, tell you what, Staley was going to bring the house down with that one.
Yes, he was.
The crowd was anticipating. They couldn't get it down, though, but they sure appreciate the attempt. That woke some sleepy folks up.
And even his coach appreciates it. He's not even concerned about the miss. You know,
Calling for alley-oop on this trip down the floor here. They didn't get it, and Avery Patterson was going to just absolutely attack the basket. And he gets knocked to the ground. There's going to be a foul. And they say, I think, the referee there saying
he wasn't on the act of shooting.
Right. And Patterson didn't get it. So take a look at the crowd back there, and that's one side of the gymnasium there. The crowd is starting to trickle in, and championship games are coming up next, and places are starting to get packed as usual.
Well, they're getting their appetizer here. This is going to be a good game down the finish. So those who are coming in early for the championship, they'll get a little appetizer here with the final 11:24 to play.
Staley at the top of the key. Over to Smoke now. Smoke's going to reset the offense. Battle underneath with Devontae Anderson and Giddens. Getting a little physical in there. They got Devontae Anderson. He and Giddens are getting a little testy in there, and referees have to get control of the ball game down there.
Well, I think what they were trying to do is get control of the block. You know, each of them wanted that block, and of course, Devontae wanted it defensively. He wanted him off it, and it's getting a little chippy. I think we're probably going to see the officials take control of those 2 players in a minute.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Short shot, rebounded by Anderson. He brings up, stops, and pops. He goes coast to coast by his lonesome. There he is, 32 on your screen. Versatile player.
Yep, nice recognition of the defense going soft, and he takes a mid-range there.
This is a zone by Richland North. This is like a 3-2 zone and played by Richland Northeast. Staley from three-point land, way hard. Rebounded by Devontae Anderson. Last time he went coast to coast. Let's see if he stops and pops here. Ball poked out from the back. Take a look at that last basket.
And here we
Anderson
go.
With the left hand.
And
Jones
as you can see,
stops on a dime. Rise, that's good elevation.
And what you saw there, the defense, he recognized the defense was playing soft. They were just in transition back. He had no idea that the ball handler was right behind. And he did a great job of getting in that soft area 8 feet away. And as you saw in the replay, a pop.
That was Cook. Ball between his legs. Aaron Scott saves it. Over to Tamir Williams. Cook double team. A lot of height in there. Karan Cook from the corner. High flying rebound by Aaron Scott. He goes back up again with a power dribble. Great timing that time with that play by Aaron Scott.
Great elevation to go after and crash the board. He wasn't boxed out, and he came in through that seam. And again, great recognition of the opportunity for a second chance basket again.
Absolutely. Zone being played by Richland Northeast, and they're going to work it around the horn here. Looking for Smoke in the corner. There he is. His three is up by Smoke. In and out. Big rebound that time by number 21, Malik Catchings.
I don't know how many offside rebounds we've seen, but as I told y'all, with these teams and the way they rotate to the shooter, that offside is always open. And
Coach Jason Powell didn't like that. He saw what you saw, and they're going to talk about that, still on that backside off. So Richland Northeast takes some time out.
Here we'll see the shot come off, and of course that's quite often what you'll see if you're not recognizing that you don't want to shift the whole team over. But both of these teams have had that tendency throughout the tournament, and we've seen a lot of second chance baskets. That was one of the reasons I referenced it so early, is that you'll see a lot of baskets in this particular game that will be second chance points.
A lot of people like the coziness of this tournament. You see the crowd right there, almost in the huddle with the Wheeler Wildcats. Very cozy setting here. I think it's ideal for a high school holiday tournament. It's very intimate. You see the same people here year in and year out, and then the new people come in with the new teams and get to meet new friends every year, and it's like a kind of a family atmosphere. But those fans are right there. And the players, I've seen it several times just today because, doing the PA work, fans and players talk.
Oh, yeah.
During the free throw, players will talk to the people in the stands, and the parents are all here, and it's a real good environment. But you feel like you're really a part of the action when you come and get a ticket to the Chick-fil-A Classic.
No question. And I can tell you, though, as coaches, it happens, and it generally happens in these tournaments, and you can see what we're talking about. But it used to drive me crazy as a coach.
Oh, I'm sure. Look at the stands there. I just saw Matt Howard's mother, Matt Howard, be playing in one of the bracket championship games coming up next. AC Florida High School, signed to play at Pennsylvania. His mom's in the stands.
I tell you, he is a tremendous player.
Yes, he is.
Tremendous IQ for the game of basketball, great athleticism, and an academic wonder as well.
Yes, a lot of good athletes that are academically strong in this ball game. Ball poked away from Avery Patterson there by Cook. Nice feed inside the paint that time by Catchings. And Giddens fumbled it just a little bit and got tied up. And with the hell ball, I thought they were calling a hell ball there. I believe they are. Yeah, it was a hell ball. Ball's going over the Richland Northeast on that. I think Devontae Anderson got a hand on that ball just long enough. We're going to flip the court now and head back the other way. They went from a great post entry pass to a turnover.
To a turnover, yeah. And a great defensive play. Yeah. Defensive play there turns it into that.
Devontae Anderson, you see his back there running away from you, calling out the play. 6'3" guard. Aaron Scott, another 6'3" guard on his team, passes it over and trying to find a way to attack this zone defense now, being employed by the Wheeler Wildcats. 8:35 to play in the ball game. Cook rises, going left and rises up. Off balance shot that time. Rebound to Staley. Steve's going to bring it up, looking to push to Avery Patterson for three. Splash.
As I said, you got to find this kid in the second half because once he gets a flow of the game, he increases the amount of shots that he takes. And this is something you have to scout with different teams. But this Patterson will impress you in the second half with his three-point shooting.
He's starting to heat up. 9-point lead now for Wheeler. Aaron Scott baseline with the floater. Nice right hand with a power dribble left. Not every kid can dribble that strong with the left hand and rise up with the right hand with soft touch. Good job. 7-point game.
Yeah, the transfer from Virginia, he has quite an offensive game that he'll bring to you from time to time. Right now, we haven't seen a lot from him today, but he is capable of lighting it up as we saw with the game winner from about 30 feet the other night.
Daniel Giddens, strong rebound, strong putback. Grabbed by the arm there. on the way up, and he's going to get 2 shots on that foul. Take a look here.
Number 13.
There's Patterson with great elevation on his 3-point shot right there.
And then Scott.
And then there's Scott with the floater.
Sweet. Right there. That's, I don't know if that can be coached.
No, that's what your dad and you and your dad were out on the driveway working it out, and then you went and picked it up on the asphalt, you know, or the blacktop or in the gym with your buddies. But you and your dad,
yeah,
you worked that out.
Yeah, that's it. That's one of the things. You got to play a lot of ball to make some of these plays out here.
Yeah, Scott's father is one of our finest. I believe he's an officer.
He's a drill sergeant. I heard he's a drill sergeant in the military, in the Army. Yeah, so that's why they moved here.
And he serves our country. And so you know the kid is raised with a lot of discipline and probably gets a lot of conditioning from time to time.
No doubt about it. Last time on the floor, Wheeler had a nice basket by Daniel Giddens, 6'10" sophomore that the world seems to want to come play for their college. Scott behind the 3-point line looking to pass. Howard dribble left, rises up, a little soft. Mark Phillips gets the rebound. Looks like he got hit in the arm there by Steed. And yeah, Trevin Steed.
Foul call at 22, Trevin Steed. That's his 13 and third personal.
Yeah, that's Steed's third foul there. Zone now. Looks like a 2-3 zone by Wheeler. They want to make Northeast shoot some more of these threes. Drive to the left by Scott. Errant pass there, corralled by Avery Patterson. Patterson with the right-hand dribble. Flip shot. That foul by looks like 33. Mark Phillips on that play, but he pushed it.
Yeah, and what you were getting ready to see out of that was going to be a nice pocket shot. He had cuffed it, turned it over, and he was holding it on his right hand, on his right hip. He was getting ready to spin this, as you can see, with the right hand. It was a nice pocket shot. I like his slashing moves. I really love this kid. I've enjoyed watching him. There's about a dozen kids that have just really had me excited about this tournament.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just with their own individual attributes.
2 more points for Patterson. He's only a junior, 6'2". Phillips picked up his dribble. Going to pass that, almost got intercepted. Phillips gets it back. A lot of contact. They're going to call a player control foul right there.
Yeah.
He was out of control, though.
Yeah, that was great recognition by the kid there, Joshua Smith. Great recognition of what he saw coming. He had planted before he elevated. Great anticipation defensively right there.
11-point game, 48-37. Wheeler in command right now. 6:22 to play in the ball game. Northeast now picking up man-to-man pressure. Extending the man-to-man defense out a little bit more now.
Yep.
Switching. Steed on the drive in the paint. Pass to Staley. Staley strong. Bull in the China shop. Staley trying to get to that rim.
Yeah, I tell you what. Staley's an attacker now. I'm going to tell you, the game is on the line. He's a guy late. You're going to want the ball to be in his hands.
Seventh team foul.
It's a chance now to extend this lead.
2 shots. At the line, Staley.
Look at Staley, 6'7" junior. Being recruited by high Division I schools. Makes both free throws. 13-point deficit. And what a steal by Steed. Came over the shoulder of Anderson. Pitched ahead there. Smoke could not get it down, and Cook comes out with the ball. Now Mark Phillips in a little bit of trouble in the corner. Out to Devontae Anderson. Anderson now on the wing, cross-court pass to Scott. Scott with a pass to Benjamin. Benjamin blocked by Staley. The Northeast gets the loose ball. Ryan Cook rises high for the jumper, short off the front rim. Cook gets his own miss back. Moves up the left hand, misses that. Staley gets the loose ball coming back this way now. Ball. Man, scramble for the ball.
It's getting a little sloppy only because there's some desperation setting in now.
Yeah.
And you're seeing,
Richland Northeast scrapping for everything they can now. They know it's 5 minutes to play down 13. It's now or never.
Yeah.
A nice pivot that time. Pass out to Smoke. Hard at the back of the rim. Rebound by Giddens. Out to Avery Patterson. Patterson going to try to paint. Try to force a pass through about 3 Northeast players. And Anderson saves it from going out of bounds, but saves it to Smoke. Patterson for 3. Splash.
As I told you, second half, Avery is he's a beast from that arc. You know, he penetrates a lot in the first half, and he has a tendency to spot you up in the second half. He has two types of game that he plays, and if I'm having a scouting report on him, I'm telling you, I'm man in the second half.
30-second timeout.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
I love the shot, the elevation, square shoulders, beautiful shot. Avery Patterson.
Okay, slipping away from Northeast right now, down 16.
Facing the Bucks of Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Halftime, it was a 6-point ball game, and Wheeler's increased that by added 10 to that bulge there. 4:32 to play. You see there on your clock. Coach Jason Powell coaching them hard over there.
Presentation of these events for the past 11 years.
They're going to mount a rally. It's got to start right about now, Dwayne. 4:32 to play, and they've been literally hit or miss with their 3-point shooting in this ball game. They had some spurts where they got a few to go down, and then they had a few air balls and some mortar shots as well.
Yeah, it's at that point now where you feel that anxiety to try and get back in a hurry, and of course this is the way to do it: attack the glass, score, or at least go to the line while the clock is still. This is one of the ways that you find that you can get back in the game. We watched Lower Richland almost pull a dramatic comeback last night, coming down from 17 points with 4 minutes to play to get within 4.
That was Devontae Anderson on that drive that time. Got fouled, and he has the right idea going toward the basket, gets the score, but the clock stopped. First one goes down. Devontae Anderson, the leading returning scorer on this Richland Northeast team. Last year they asked him to do a lot of work in the paint. This looks to be more of his natural position out here on the perimeter, playing a guard, and handles the ball very well for him and plays very good defense. So gets both of those to go down. Now the lead is down to 14. Northeast needs a stop now. They're out on a 1-3-1 trapping defense. Ball deflected, but back to Eastman for Wheeler, the 23 who's checked into the ball game. Catchings back into the ball game. Now out to Smoke, who's going to reset the offense. He's going to get trapped right there by 2 Northeast players. Patterson, Catchings from the free throw line. Smoke's going to try a 3. Short. And that's what Northeast can't do. That's the one thing a zone hurts you. It's hard to rebound in a zone sometimes. You don't have your man-to-man responsibilities, but you can't allow second chance points if you're trying to come back from a deficit.
Yeah, the zone has to be a matchup. You have to have a matchup mentality. We used to develop players by virtue of playing 7 offensive players on 5 defensive players. That was our shell. We used to run pretty much 30 minutes of that a day in practice, in developing the ability to find players. And when you have to defend 7 offensive players, it makes it, once you adjust and find ways to put a body on anybody that's under the block, it becomes a little easier. It's not something done often anymore because of some of the athleticism of some of these players.
Oh, nice up and under move that time by Cook. Oh, you talk about dexterity. Right-handed player going up, using the rim as his friend, and flipping it back up with the left hand, a little dipsy-do move.
Yeah, with a lot of body control to go with it.
No doubt about it.
It's not an out-of-control maneuver either.
Northeast got a hand on that one, Dwayne, and 13-point deficit.
Dangerous pass. But here's the dipsy-doodle coming your way. Aaron
Scott flips it out to him, and Cook right in rhythm. Just put his head down, decided to go to the rim, and underneath Staley. Great play. Back to live action now. Eastman over to Austin Smoke. Just over 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Northeast getting a little frenetic with the pace, and over the shoulder pass from Patterson to Giddens. That's a nice little sauce on that one. Patterson into the paint with a little drop pass to Staley. Staley lost the handle there going up, and he comes back with a soft finger roll. Not bothered by the missed dunk. Gathered himself and got the basket. That's what counts.
Very quickly, Stacy. But you have to have enjoyed the nifty passing by Patterson there.
It was nice. Left hand by Phillips, no good. 15-point lead. Smoke to the rim.
Patterson's starting to show his recognition of where his teammates are on the floor. He's orchestrating this finish and this closeout of this game quite well as a floor leader right now.
They're trapping Northeast. Trap Northeast, entry pass goes into Phillips. Take a look at Smoke right here. Pick it up, just got under the outstretched arms that time of the defender, but great body control to get that up and in.
And he created the separation by throwing his body just a little to the left, which gave the defender a little hesitation as to finding the ball, and then he extended himself. Really a good move to the basket.
No doubt. Ball being batted around. Put your head up to Patterson. Patterson going to take it to the rim. No call.
Yeah, it was a great anticipation of him going left, the stronger hand there by the Jameer Williams.
Devontae Anderson tried to make a little nifty pass there to Benjamin, but they were too close. You know you teach this. That's a drill you do. You want to stay wide on that 2-on-1 situation. They were too close together, and the pass too hot to handle to Benjamin. There's a look at Lipscomb right there, the head coach at Wheeler. Still wants every call. All coaches do. All coaches want every call all the time.
Oh, no question.
Up 17. Up 17 with 2 minutes to play in the ball game. This is for the third place in the Classic 2 bracket, I do believe. Richland Northeast, the whole school. Pop by Cook. Stop and pop. Nice looking shot there by Cook. Down by 15 now. Steed. Smoke now with a left hand dribble to the baseline. Little floater off the glass. That's beautiful. That's just a sweet looking move right there. There he is in your screen. Austin Smoke. Played quite a ball game. Smoke's a 6'1" senior point guard. Primary ball handler of this team is Smoke.
Yes, he is.
Cook
shares a lot of duty down crunch time, though, with Avery Patterson.
Okay, yeah, this game is for third place in the Classic 1 bracket. I stand corrected. So third place looks like it'll go to Wheeler. We're under a minute now, and Austin Smoke with a little curly kneel. Left hand, didn't go. Staley off the glass, no, he gets his own rebound. Left hand again, couldn't get that to go. Under 40 seconds to play. Caroline Cook with a right hand shot high off the glass over Giddens.
Playing hard right down to the end. Obviously, this game's decided, but Richland Northeast is showing their game face, and something they're going to have to do quite often. But, their game face is what got them to this point with an opening round buzzer beater by playing all the way to the end. So you learn from these experiences. You play through the adversity, and that's how championship teams are built.
Well said. 15 points, the margin. That may very well be the final. I'm not sure if Northeast is going to foul right here. Don't like they are. Wheeler's going to pass this ball around a little bit. Final score is going to be 60-45. Wheeler takes a timeout. He's got to get some of his players in the ball game. So 30-second timeout called by Wheeler. Yeah, they're not going to timeout, but they're not going to meet or anything. He's going to bring players in. He's running 5 players in. Let's get their names on TV as well, on internet TV. Number 11. Jacoby Rumlin Green in the ball game. Number 13, Nathan Poe. Number 34, Bilal Abdur Rahim. And I remember Sharif Abdur Rahim played for Wheeler. Maybe a relative. 23, Eastman's in the ball game. Number 3 is in the ball game, Malik Abdur Rahim. So 2 of the Abdur Rahim brothers are in the ball game. Did I miss anybody? Did I get all 5 of those guys? I believe I did. So, emptying the bench, 10.9 to play. These guys can say they played in the Chick-fil-A Classic, one of the top 3 holiday tournaments in the nation.
And we're looking at the.
And, you know, when they get 40 years old, they will say they scored 20 points in this ball game. They played the last minute. It'll be 20 points. I gave them 20. That's your final. 60-45. Wheeler out of Marietta, Georgia, the Wildcats. 60.
Really?
The Cavaliers of Richland Northeast. 45.
Really an impressive finish by Wheeler, second half. Richland Northeast was much the gamer in the first half, but the length, athleticism, and just overall efficiency, is what led to the Wheeler victory.
For Dwayne Everett, I am Stacy Huff. And for our entire crew here, once again, happy holidays, and thanks for tuning in to Play On Sports. Wheeler defeats Richland Northeast. 60-45 is our final. Have a great one.
Presentation for third place in the Classic 1. Those from the tournament director, Gary.